Number 4, what we have again is this order of operations we're going to use. All right. Oops. So let's move that over. And then we're going to say if it's true or false, if this equality is a true equality or if it's a false equality. And again, inequality. And then what we're going to do is just one step at a time. All right, so on the left-hand side, I'm looking for parentheses, so I have a set of parentheses. And I look inside there and I have more parentheses, so I have absolute value and a parentheses over here. Doesn't matter which one I do first, I'll do left to right. All right, so I have the absolute value of 11 minus 15, so absolute value of negative 4, minus 2, 17 minus 5, times 2, all squared, bigger than or equal to, and I'll work over here, so work on the parentheses first. So 99 plus 6 minus 2 is a 4, divided by 2. And then I reset. So I'm working inside the parentheses, I go to my absolute value, so absolute value negative 4 is positive 4, minus 2, and copy down the rest. Bigger than or equal to, I have addition and division. I'll do the division first, so 99 plus a 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Come back over here, reset, so inside the parentheses, another set of parentheses here. So I have 4 minus 2, and then minus and times, so I do the multiplication first. So 7 minus 5 times 2 is 10. Right, so 17 minus 10. In parentheses, in square bracket, squared, greater than or equal to, 99 plus 2 is 101. Right, again, working inside these square brackets, go to the parentheses, and so I get 4 minus 2 times 17 minus 10 is 7. Right, that's all squared, bigger than or equal to. The right side's done, so just copy it down. Again, working inside these square brackets, I have subtraction and multiplication. Multiplication comes first, so it's 4 minus 14, all squared, bigger than or equal to 101. And then 4 minus 14 is a negative 10, so I have a negative 10 squared, bigger than or equal to 101. If you square negative 10, you get 100, and bigger than or equal to 101. Right, remember the symbol is bigger than or equal to, right? Less than looks like an L. You can turn this into an L. Right, so this is bigger than or equal to, and that's a false statement. 100 is not bigger than or equal to 101. 100 is actually less than 101. Okay, now we come to working with rational numbers. Right, so first we started working with natural numbers. Then we did integers in order of operations. Now we're going to work with rational numbers and adding fractions, dividing by fractions, and multiplying fractions, and so on. All right, so to add a fraction, you need to get a common denominator. So this is equal to 5/9 plus 3/4. The way you get a common denominator, right, the fancy word for this is you can find the least common multiple, but all you really need is a common multiple. So it's easy to make a common multiple. You multiply the bottom by 4 here, the top by 4 there, so you still have 5/9. And over here you multiply the bottom by 9 and the top by 9. Right, so you still have 3/4. And then you do this multiplication, and so you get 20 here over 36 plus 27, right, 9 times 3, 27 over 36. And 20 plus 27 is 57 divided by 36. And I made a mistake here in my addition. Right, that should be a 47. And so 47 divided by 36 is my answer. And then the next one, okay, we're not adding, we're dividing. And so when you divide fractions, the rule is you multiply by the reciprocal. So if I divide by 4/3, it's the same as multiplying by 3/4. And 3 times 3 is 9, and 7 times 4 is 28. So my answer for this one is 9 over 28. All right, now we include a little bit of order of operation. So to do this one, I've worked with the parentheses first. So I have 3 divided by, and I have 2 over 5 minus a 3 over 7. And to do the subtraction, I have to first find a common denominator. And so I just simply put times 7 down there and times 7 up here. Right, still 2/5 because the 7s will cancel. And over here I put a 5, so 5 times 7, and I put a 5 up here. Right, so I have a common multiple, 5 times 7 on each of those fractions. And so this is equal to 3 divided by, and 2 times 7 is 14. The common denominator in this case is 35, right? 5 times 7, so 35, minus a 15. Again, bottom, the denominator is 35. So I can now subtract those two fractions. So 3 divided by 14 minus 15 is a minus 1, divided by 35. When you divide by a fraction, it's the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So this is 3 times 35 over negative 1. And then 3 times 35 is 105. Right? Divided by negative 1, you can think of this as 3 over 1, so 3 times that is 105. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So that's equal to negative 105. Okay, now we reach a section on real numbers, and in this section we're supposed to use our calculator. All right, so let's clear this out. And to do this, you just have to enter these correctly. Now you have to remember that some of these are going to have, you need to put parentheses around them. So like this one, you'll have to have a parenthesis on top when you put it in your calculator, and this one you also have to have a parenthesis on the bottom. So it's left parenthesis 4 plus the square root, so second x squared to get to the square root function. And I got to get to pi, so second, hit the caret button to get to pi. In parenthesis for the square root, in parenthesis for this first parenthesis right there. And then divide by left parenthesis 4 log of 11. In parenthesis, and out pops our answer. We're going to round this to 2 decimal places, right? So around to 2 decimal places. So this is approximately 1.39. Oh, I made a mistake here. That should not have been a 4. That should have been an 8. So I have to go back and redo that. So easy way to do this. Let's erase this. Hit second. Hit enter. It pulls up the last entry. Right, I need to go back. I made a mistake here. That should not have been a 4. That should have been an 8. So I hit enter. And so this is actually approximately 0.69. So you have to be careful on these. The best way, is actually to check your work on this. You can break it up and do it in pieces after you found your answer. And then this one below it. Okay, so let's clear this out. All right, this one below it. So now I'm going to hit left parenthesis, second pi, raised to negative 2. Notice I have to use the negative button. Then plus 7 raised to, and here you need to be careful. I need to put 2/3 in there. To do that, I actually have to put parentheses around this. So left parenthesis 2 divided by 3 in parentheses. So you'll have to insert these parentheses into your calculator so it knows it's 7 to the 2/3. If you have a newer version, you don't have to worry about that. You just hit 7 raised to, and it'll pop up in the exponent, 2 divided by 3. You hit the right arrow to get out of it. Then plus 11 in parentheses, second square root, and I have 1 plus second square root, and then 1.36, so 1.36 in parentheses, divided by ln of 5, in parentheses for the ln, in parentheses for the square root, hit enter, and out pops my answer, about 19.38 if I round it to decimal places. Okay, so that's how we use our calculator